You know what that means. Happy International ASMR Day, everybody. I love this holiday because I love this community. I've only really been an active member of the community for about 4 months, maybe, but it's been the coolest 4 months ever. What's so exciting about the ASMR community is that worldwide there were all of these people having this wonderful feeling that they all shared, that they didn't know anyone else was having. And the ASMR community made it so that everyone could come together and relate and bond over this awesome feeling. ASMR has a name now, and it even has a day. So happy International ASMR Day, everybody. So what I'm gonna do to celebrate International ASMR Day in this video today is share with you a quick little teaser of episode 2 in my sci-fi series, which I'm really excited about. And then after that, I'm gonna do a long trigger segment, because I know it's been a while since I've done a long, just purely trigger video for you guys. So I'm gonna do a trigger segment where I share with you an item that's very close to my heart and give you a little glimpse into my history, a little bit of my past, so I can share that with you guys. And while I'm doing that, I will be doing the shout-outs that I have promised to the 3 winners of my What Does ASMR Mean to Me contest. Cool, so before I show you the clip of episode 2, I just want to give you a little bit of background. First and foremost, lots of people have been asking me, is this going to be a series? Are you going to continue this? The answer is absolutely yes, this is definitely going to be a series. But it's not just going to be a series of ASMR videos in a sci-fi setting. This is going to be a series of ASMR videos in a sci-fi setting with a story. And what I mean by that is this story has a plot, it has character development, we have a cast, story arches, basically all of the elements of an episodic story, except driven by ASMR. So, the clip I'm about to show you, basically, in episode 1, you booked your trip to the planet Gliese 581G, and as you may remember, that's 22 light years away. So for the duration of your trip, you'll be placed into cryogenic sleep stasis. Now, one of the many luxuries of traveling with departure space tours is that you get the option of choosing from a menu of fantasy dream sequences while you sleep. So in this clip you're about to see, you have just been put into sleep stasis and you have chosen your dream sequence. So let's take a look. Well, it appears you're all ready for departure. Pleasant dreams.
Hello, friend.
Who was that? Whose voice was that? I don't know. I guess you're just gonna have to wait and find out. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but we're now playing around with some 3D animation, and I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about what that means for this series now, because now the worlds that I want to immerse you all in are completely unrestricted. So guys, I really hope you liked that little clip of episode 2. I'm really excited that I got to show it to you. So without further ado, what would International ASMR Day be without some tingles? So let's move on to the next segment. So now you guys are wondering, what is this weird statue head that's staring at me? And I promise that I will share the significance of this item with you, but not until the end of this segment. But all will be explained. But before I share that with you, I have a few shout outs to do. As some of you may remember, I recently held a contest asking everyone to submit a video telling me what ASMR meant to them. And I chose 3 winners at random. The prize for the contest was a shout out of their choice for me to share in my next video. And shout outs could be anything from a YouTube channel, charity, band, a business, a product or service, that kind of thing. And the 3 individuals who won the contest were Rambo JVR, Whisper Mr. 1, and SouthernBelleWhisper. So, each one of those individuals told me what they would like me to shout out or talk about in my next video. So that's what I'll be talking about. And while I do that, I'm going to just do a couple things with this statue head. I'm gonna do some soft, relaxing brush strokes along the face. I've got several different brushes I'll use. Got this nice big fluffy brush. It's very soft. And this slightly smaller, fluffy blush brush. It's also very, very soft. And then some smaller brushes. These 2 eyeshadow brushes. like they still have a little bit of eyeshadow on them. It's okay. And this little bitty one as well. And then I'm also going to use these small brushes and this water right here to just clean off this sculpture a little bit, because it's actually been in storage up until very recently, and it's gathered some dust in some of its little nooks and crannies. So I'd like to clean some of that off with these little brushes and some water and share that with you guys. And then last I have this little bag of cotton squares. I'm going to use to just dry off some of the little areas that I dampen with my brushes. Just use some of these nice little cotton pads. To dry off her face. Real soft. Okay. Well, let's get started. I'll just put these in. So, the first winner that I will do a shout out for was Rambo JVR. Now, I don't believe that Rambo JVR is a YouTube content creator. However, I know that he is a big fan of ASMR, because the only shout out he really wanted me to give was just a very simple request. He just wanted me to say on his behalf, thank you to all of the wonderful ASMR artists in the community. And that's all. And I thought that was so sweet and genuine of a request. And I certainly appreciated his kind words and gratitude. So, thank you very much, Rambo JVR, for participating in the contest again. And thanks for your thoughtful shout out. The next person next winner was Whisper Mr. 1. And I actually have the pleasure of knowing Whisper Mr. 1 just sort of through YouTube and Facebook as well. And he's just such a nice, sweet person. He's just a genuinely nice guy. And his channel, if you've never seen it, is just incredibly, amazingly relaxing. So I will definitely provide a link to his channel at the end of this video, and of course in the description below. Whisper Mister's request, shout out request, was really sweet also. He didn't really ask me to promote his channel in any way. I'm going to anyway because I think it should be promoted because he's awesome, but he really just wanted me to share with you guys something that he loves to do. He wanted me to share all the joys and benefits of gardening. Now, if you know Whisper Mister, or if you're familiar with his channel, or if you're his friend, then you know how much he loves to spend time in his garden. And he says that gardening is a way for him to, for anyone I guess, to escape, to heal, to relax, and be creative. Now, even though he didn't really ask me to promote his channel, I do want to recommend a video of his about gardening, or about his garden. It's entitled Spending Some Time in the Garden, and I will certainly link to that video at the end of this one, and of course also in the description below. In the video, it's a nice long one, it's a little over 15 minutes. In the video, he just does a really lovely, relaxing, whispered walk through his garden, and just kind of shows you all the flowers and different plants and herbs that he's got growing in his beautiful, beautiful garden. And it's got a lot of really beautiful nature sounds, and it seemed like it was filmed on a really beautiful day. So you can imagine it's very, very relaxing. And interesting as well, especially if you are a gardening enthusiast, as he is. Now, Whisper Mr. 1 also confided in me that he plans to start an actual gardening channel for those who are interested in getting started gardening. And I think that that is a really, really I really hope he does it, so you should shoot him a message, drop him a line, encouraging him to do so if you feel that that's something that you would benefit from. I don't have much of a green thumb myself, but I've always wanted to keep a garden, or at least keep a few potted plants on my balcony. But I've never even really managed to do that, so I know that personally, if SouthernBelleWhisper were to start a channel just dedicated to helping others learn how to garden, I would be a very enthusiastic viewer. So, SouthernBelleWhisper, I certainly hope that that is a project you plan to start in the near future. You have my support. Okay. Now, my next winner, I guess my final winner, was SouthernBelleWhisper. And SouthernBelleWhisper is someone that I have recently had the pleasure of getting to know a little bit better. And I found that she is one of the sweetest people I've ever met. And she has such a big, kind heart. I really enjoyed speaking with her in recent weeks. And she didn't realize this when she asked me, but her shout-out request was actually something that happens to be very close to my heart, which is the organization Stand Up to Cancer. Stand Up to Cancer. Stand Up to Cancer, basically they work to accelerate innovative cancer research. Things that aren't being done or haven't previously been done before. And to get the new therapies that they are discovering to the cancer patients who need them as quickly as possible. Basically, they have two types of scientific grants which help to encourage innovation, I guess, in cancer research. The first is the Dream Team Grant, which those are given to groups of scientists who work together rather than competitively to develop new treatments. And the second grant is the Innovative Research Grant, and that one's really cool. What that one is a grant that supports cancer research projects that are a little bit high risk, but which also have the potential to be very high impact, very effective. Basically, they're trying to find better cancer therapies than chemotherapy, radiation, that kind of thing. They call those the one-size-fits-all cancer therapies. And those therapies are known to be uncomfortable, trying to find better ways to target malignant tumors. Better, safer, and more effective ways. What I like about Stand Up to Cancer is that they're really transparent about where the money goes when you donate. And tons and tons of very well-known celebrities are involved. They're working to promote this organization. Actually, in 2012, they held a really cool show where a bunch of my favorite celebrities spoke and performed. There was a performance, really beautiful performance by Taylor Swift. They actually have it available on their website. It was a really awesome performance. An awesome show. And on their website, which I will link to in the description and at the end of this video, they have all these really cool ways that you can get involved. For instance, for $1, if you donate $1, you can buy a star in honor of someone you love who has been affected by cancer. And yeah, again, I'll definitely provide a link in the description. Now I'm going to stand up and get some of the dust off the top of her head and in her hair. So as I mentioned, this charity, Stand Up to Cancer, is one that is very close to my heart. And I also mentioned that I would share with you the significance of this sculpture. So, when I was 9 years old, my mother, Beverly, passed away from a long and hard battle with cancer. Some of you may have noticed that I have a tattoo on my right upper arm, and that is my mother's name tattooed on my arm. It says Beverly K, which is her first and middle name. I don't really remember a time in my life, distinctly anyway, when my mom didn't have cancer. And a lot of my early childhood, well, at least a lot of my early memories are just of my mom being in and out of the hospital, in and out of chemo and radiation treatments. And she fought like hell to beat it, but in the end it was just too far advanced. And so this sculpture, you might be wondering if this is a sculpture of her. but it's not. She was very, very, very artistic. She loved to sing, which is something she kind of passed on to me. I also love to sing. She loved to play piano. She loved to write and draw. And when she was a little bit older, when I was a kid, she learned to sculpt. And this is one of her pieces. Now I think that it was, I'm not sure, but I think it was modeled after a friend of hers, a friend named Leslie. If it wasn't, then it just happens to look an awful lot like her friend Leslie, the way I remember her. Don't cry, Leslie. So, I don't know exactly when she sculpted this, but as I said, it's been in storage for some time. And the reason I have it now, I haven't had it for many years, the reason I do is that my parents, my dad and my stepmom moved out of their house where this was being kept, and so I helped them pack up their house and I took this with me. And now I'm displaying it in my apartment, on my mantle. The reason this charity, Stand Up to Cancer, really sort of speaks to me is, or something in particular, I guess, that speaks to me is that it's the work they're doing to try and find better, more effective, less dangerous, and less sort of miserable ways to treat cancer. Because one of the hardest parts of losing my mother wasn't necessarily when she died and when she was gone, but watching her towards the end. Being just struggling so much, and I'm just sorry. Just the pain she went through. And so, if there's something that someone can do to prevent that, for others in the future, then that's what I want. I don't ever want to think about anyone else going through what my mom went through. And I don't ever want another 9-year-old girl to watch her mother suffer that way. And I love the idea that there's some hope that that might never have to happen again for anyone else, ever. My mom was a really beautiful person, and I miss her every single day, especially now that I have my own child. But I have so many wonderful, beautiful, and now dust-free ways to remember her by. So I hope this wasn't too much of a bummer or anything. I just wanted to share a little bit of my past with you guys, a little bit of my history. It's something that's definitely formed who I am as a person and as a mother. So I'm glad I got to share that with you guys, because I consider a lot of you good friends. So I hope you found this relaxing and interesting. And oh, thank you, SouthernBelleWhispers, for contributing to the contest and for your awesome shout out. And thank you, Whisper Mr. 1, for contributing also, and for your shout out. And to everyone else, I hope you have a wonderful, tinglicious, happy International ASMR Day. Thank you for watching.